Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. Ha 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 ha! Let's start the show. Hey,
what's up?
Hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. I'm your co-host, Doug Bennett.
And I'm your other co-host, Seth Nacho. And great recovery, sir.
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent recovery.
And the show must go on.
I feel like it must be said again. How do we do the show? Like it's the same every week. We're doing it live.
Yeah. Only way to do it, honestly. There's, I think all the time about ways that I eventually want to change the show or improve the show. Mm-hmm. But the one take is very important to me.
I think that just makes sense with like a podcast format.
Yeah, you'd think that, but so many people leave cuts in their show. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right?
You're making TV at that point. That's not a podcast.
Yeah, you're making like an actual show instead of a. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, and so do you.
Right?
If one of the things you don't get is dating in the big 2025, make sure you check out the Spotify exclusive premium content.
Actually true. If you want a woman to man keep you, then you better listen to her needs, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, I'd love to pull this pin back out of the board and revisit it. I was right. Not only was man keeping a troll article, it was also completely fake.
That makes a lot of sense.
Just AI generated, no studies, statistics, sociological things to back it up. It was...
was it a real article, though?
I mean,
did Vice really write that?
Well, nobody really wrote it, unless you want to credit ChatGPT or whoever.
No, yeah. But
no, they published it, they hosted it,
No, it was real.
Yeah.
It wasn't, you could go to Vice and look at that article.
I think they might have taken it down after it came out that it was a complete troll. But yeah, they hosted it. They presented it as if it was real. But,
marvelous. Well, that's what people have been doing for years now with fake news.
Just so glad my intuition was correct. I was like, there's no way somebody out there sincerely believes this.
Honestly, though, I bet there are some women that kind of believe that.
Well, sign of the times, and also, a fish doesn't know it's wet. It grew up, it lives in water. How could it know? There are certain things like that I'm sympathetic to. I'm often annoyed. If I can tell someone's condescending me, I get annoyed at that. And so, while mansplaining...
patronizing?
Yeah. So, while mansplaining isn't exactly real, I do relate to, how annoying it is to be condescended. Or, when people lack their personal space, they don't know how to give other people their personal space. That gives me sympathy behind some of the emotions behind complaining about, manspreading. Even though it's the guy's just sitting. Come on.
Yeah.
Can't a brother sit?
But yeah, no, I totally get that. I understand where mansplaining comes from. Because there's this idea that women are dumb or something, so a man has to explain it. But I think a lot of guys just explain stuff. In general. It's just and women do too.
It's top two things that guys love the most.
Yeah. I don't think it's anything personal against women in most cases, in my opinion. But man keeping,
Yeah.
There's also woman keeping, okay?
Yeah, and so me being generous while still being we don't have to gender this is personal relationships do take a lot. you know?
It's the thing I keep seeing on Twitter. Like, well, not exactly. I guess I don't know. There's a sentiment of like, what if I'm attracted to men, but I don't really like men? You know, it's like, you know, maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship. If you think it's man keeping, maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship.
Ain't that the truth?
Maybe you should work on yourself for a little bit.
Go walk off into the forest. I'm sure you'll find a bear.
That's not what I meant, but yeah, I guess, yeah.
The metaphorical forest.
The metaphorical bear.
Yeah. The bear is the self-love and self-care that you were missing along the way.
Oh, I thought the...
You're going to ride out of the metaphorical forest on that metaphorical bear, equipped to meet, whatever a man rides.
I thought the bear was like a large cheese pizza or something. Like, just something to take...
Shoot, maybe you're just hangry.
You need to eat. You need to eat, girl. You can't have girl dinner every night. You got to eat something.
Dude, that reminds me, on the topic of Twitter and girls, maybe girls just need to eat. One of the most upsetting communities on Twitter that like still thrives, and it has always thrived the whole time it's existed, is the eating disorder community.
Okay.
And I'm going to give a lighthearted example here because I thought another honestly tragic, because those situations get really sad really quick. But I thought I was being foisted. The timeline was forcing me to be aware of it yet again. And it was a post of this anime girl, nervously holding her cup of coffee. And it was captioned, "My boyfriend wants me to weigh 105 by next month."
Oh my god, what?
Then somebody had quote tweeted that onto my timeline, and what they added in was the context of like, by the way, she's severely underweight. This would be gaining like 5 pounds in her case.
Oh, okay.
So this is a thing that boyfriend is actually helping with. But
God, that was scary. The way you phrased it, the way it was phrased in the beginning was like.
I mean, I told the story the way that I read the post, so it was scary for me.
Yeah, like, oh, my boyfriend wants me to lose a ton of weight. Like, holy fuck. No, it's, bitch, you need to eat.
Yeah, we're digging you out of that hole.
Which is actually a positive thing.
Yes, indeed.
Let's get you healthy. Anime girl though is funny. Like, why are we?
Well, I mean, it's for Americans of a certain age. I feel like Americans specifically, but I guess it would probably apply to Japanese internet users. But for internet users of a certain age, part of the language of the internet is the anime reaction image or reaction GIF.
Sure.
That's how a lot of us grew up posting in general. So I tend to think nothing of it.
I don't trust anime profile pics though.
It really.
What you have to say is meaningless.
Well, it depends on the context. If you're talking about like cybersecurity or drugs, yeah, you can trust the anime PFP.
Oh, okay, nice.
Those kind of people have a reason to be anonymous. You might genuinely be a subject matter expert who, for one reason or another, you can't risk your identity. If you want to talk about like game balance or how woke is ruining being a chud, yeah, I probably don't need to hear from the anime PFP.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense to the eating disorder community because like that's been a thing since forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild. That's still thriving. I guess eating disorders are the big 2-5. I didn't realize that was still a thing, but I guess it is. I mean, there's always teenagers, right?
I almost feel like that's the girl-coded version of the pendulum swinging back. We've talked about this before in the past year, and it's still swinging, brother. It's starting to make me uncomfortable in some cases. But like, if you think about, the general types of issues that are female-coded, there was the whole health at every size movement, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That was really popular with women. That was like the woman thing to do. But now, if the girl pendulum's swinging back too, then I guess if healthy at every size was the new toxic girl thing, and the old toxic girl thing was anorexia, the pendulum would be swinging back toward that.
Right.
Really, you know what? This has been a genderific episode. Aren't we us all the same?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Same proclivities, different flavors.
But I guess that makes sense with the pendulum thing, I guess. Because there was that whole movement, like, say I'm beautiful, you know? And it's like a very obese woman.
Yeah.
No offense, but that's not healthy. Like, I mean...
Yeah, let's get Tessa Holiday to model for Calvin Klein, in which, to fill in the gaps completely for everyone else, like 400+ pound model. Yeah, and you know, fucking, she obviously made it work for her. Like, she had to do whatever she had to do to get into the position where she got her gigs, but she was also there at the right moment in history for when that was the most acceptable it ever was.
Right.
So yeah.
Now we're okay with discriminating against fat people again.
Yeah, and well, it's corny, and it's too much of a letting people off the hook, saying healthy at every size. Because it's like so many of the slogans, we've been over a lot of them, where it's like the intention behind it is like, yeah, you shouldn't completely denigrate and downgrade and throw yourself away over your, things that you might not have control of in the moment. But it's like kind of impossible to be healthy if you are fully morbidly obese. That's just true. One way or another, it's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, I'm talking like huge. I'm not talking like you're a little chubby. I'm talking huge.
It's also impossible to be healthy if you are like a walking skeleton. If you're a big fan of YouTube, you know about Eugenia Cooney.
That's an example that came to my head.
If you're a fan of Ariana Grande, you know that she's basically in the middle of killing herself right now.
She is?
Yeah. Have you seen a picture of her recently?
But I mean, was it like that for the Wicked movie too?
It kicked off because of the Wicked movies. Like, that's where the decline started. Something weird's happening on that set, bro. Her co-star, that Cynthia Erivo lady, or even if she would call herself a lady. Anyway, not the point. Also insanely skinny. I know her first name's Michelle. I don't know the last name. But the mom from Everything Everywhere All at Once that plays one of the characters in the Wicked franchise, also getting turbo skinny. Something bad's happened. Something wicked is happening on that set. Legit, like biblically wicked.
There's a demonic air upon it, I see.
Yeah. That's like the only charitable explanation. The other one is just like a set-wide suicide pact.
God. But yeah, Ariana, please.
So yeah. It's not actually healthy at every size. Don't hate yourself. That's a good message. But like, do be healthy.
Yeah, like you should be able to find beauty within yourself and on yourself, but at the same time,
Yeah.
take care of yourself.
Yeah, the range of healthy body composition is not this. It's more like this. You could go toward either extreme, but not the extreme.
That's why they're extreme. Speaking of Wicked,
Okay.
do you remember the movie that came out like in 2012, 2013? I can't remember exactly, but I can't remember the name of it. It's like something about Oz, and it was like an origin tale for the Wizard of Oz, like about Oz.
No, there was a whole TV show called Oz.
No, there was a movie. You don't remember?
Oh.
See, this is the thing. Nobody remembers this movie. I watched a video about it, and it reminded me of it. Because I remember when he said the thing, I was like, oh shit, yeah, that did come out. James Franco played Oz. I don't know if you remember this. Mila Kunis was in the movie.
Oz the Great and Powerful.
Yes, that's it.
Holy shit.
Do you not remember that?
I mean, it's coming back to me, but like...
So...
Talk about memory hold.
The Wizard of Oz was a book series, right? Like, there was a bunch of books, and it finally went into the public domain at some point, and so Disney was like, let's make a movie. And holy fuck, that movie's ridiculously bad. Like, not just bad, but like, Oz is like fucked up, dude. Like, the whole character of Oz in the original, like, movie / book, whatever, he's just the guy that proves that it's within you the whole time. Like, it's an illusion, Like, don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain,
Yeah.
In this movie, they try to make Oz look like this great guy. He is not a great guy. He's like a con man, and he stays a con man the whole movie. He doesn't do it on screen, but like he clearly tricks Mila Kunis into sex, and then immediately forgets about her, so she becomes the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, gross.
The fairy, like the whoever the good witch was, I can't remember her name, but she looks just like his like ex-girlfriend from real life. Like, and there's some weird shit going on. And dude's just a creep the whole movie, which doesn't help that James Franco's a creep. So like, it doesn't play off well. And I saw where the video essay about it, like, they brought up the fact that like movies about characters like that, characters like Oz, were kind of common then, like Jack Sparrow and like Iron Man, like these characters that are like self-absorbed assholes but have some good deep down, you know? Like those kind of characters were like popular back then. Oz didn't have anything good in him. He was just a bad guy the whole time. Like
So we don't have a really reason to care about him.
yeah, his only moral was that like people wanted him to be good, so like believe you could be good. Like he never actually did. He never.
Like, that is kind of funny.
Yeah, like all the Munchkins were like, "You are good." Like it was really bad, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if I could fuck with a whole. Actually sitting through the whole movie of that, but the idea of like, yeah, we got this piece of shit with like, maybe he's got a heart of gold. Can we polish this? Everyone's gonna try to polish this turd, and just like you get to the end of that, everyone's putting in so much effort and belief. He's like, nah, I still suck.
He's still a creepy asshole that just wants to get laid or whatever else, you know, make money. Like he's horrible, dude. The whole movie.
Dude, some fun facts about this.
Yeah.
Like, first of all,
by the way, it was a very successful movie. It made a lot of money, and so
yeah,
but nobody remembers it. I don't think anybody that saw that movie remembers that they saw it.
it's like it's kind of star-studded, dude. Obviously, Franco and Mila Kunis, Michelle Williams, Zach Braff.
Yeah.
Crazy other fun fact I liked off of Wikipedia here for this. James Franco, not the first choice for Oz.
He was not. They wanted one of those guys like Robert Downey Jr. Like what's Jack Sparrow?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. They wanted one of them. I think.
Both of them turned it down first. So he was third choice.
Yeah, they were hinging this whole thing on James Franco, and we see how that turns out.
Yeah, and which obviously good whenever stuff comes out and people get their comeuppance. Then like, well, up until getting that knowledge, I'm like, James Franco, undeniably a good actor for certain roles.
Not in that one. I promise you, if you watch this movie, you'd be like, what the fuck?
It's clear this is a steaming pile of dog crap.
Yeah.
But, like, he kicked butt in the Spider-Man movies. He was fun every time he got on screen with Seth Rogen. So it's like, well.
Yeah.
A sort of opposite scenario. Well, no, I just haven't watched a lot. I was going to say that Tobey Maguire, I was like, what happened to him? He could have been in more movies, but he was totally in a lot of movies.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I mean, he was in Brokeback Mountain.
A little bit of a career killer. Not really. A lot of people were in that one, man. Fucking Jake Gyllenhaal was in that one. I think Heath Ledger was too.
Yeah, Heath Ledger was, for sure. Actually, I don't know. Actually, Tobey Maguire might not have been in Brokeback Mountain. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger that were the cowboys.
Yeah. Dang, I feel like that was also Heath's last movie, which kind of stinks.
I don't know. Heath was in some stuff. Don't worry.
Yeah.
He was in this weird circus movie that I watched. It was actually good.
Dang ol'.
Heath Ledger was a good actor.
Great time to be on this topic. Do you fuck with Philip Seymour Hoffman at all?
Sure.
That's a guy who genuinely left too soon. Every performance, he did one of those things with acting, like the mark of a really good actor when they disappear into their role, and it's just like, oh, it's like, you know, the Daniel Day-Lewis thing, or Nick Cage at his best.
It's like a character actor?
No, because a character actor is like a little different than that.
Yeah. You're talking about method actors, sort of.
Or like the ideal, like the realization of the ideal of the method. But yeah.
I would say Joaquin Phoenix is up there.
At his best, for sure. I get behind that.
But Philip Seymour, give me an example of what
fucking the one that I was watching clips of this morning was The Master. He kicked butt in that. He was also really good in Boogie Nights. Those are like the big two for me in terms of him. But yeah, man, Hollywood's crazy.
Speaking of Boogie, what was that movie that Mark Wahlberg was in? Was it Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fake dick. It's a prosthetic.
You know who doesn't need a fake dick? Well, you know who needs a fake dick for a different reason, actually, when he's on set? Turns out Willem Dafoe.
Excuse me?
Yeah, apparently he's got, like, crazy schmeat. And they have to put on something that's, like, less intimidating for casting crew. So they'll put on a fake dick over his regular one.
When does he show his dick? He doesn't show his dick. Like,
More than
in his pants?
More than you'd think for a guy his age.
Like he just has like a bulge? Like
he was definitely... Maybe I'm confusing him with one of the Skarsgårds. Yeah, because I was going to say he hung brain in Nosferatu, but he didn't play the vampire. He played one of the vampire hunters. Anyway. Yeah, the timeline gets all confusing sometimes.
But that'd be crazy. Nick William Dafoe has to wear a fake small dick.
Yeah.
The whole part of Boogie Nights was that he had a big dick. It was a fake. It was a prosthetic. Marky Mark, we see ya. We know what you got.
Ain't no shame in the game, brother. That's what I have to say. If you love it, so will they. Bringing it back to the theme on working in yourself and loving yourself.
It's about the motion of the ocean.
Yeah.
All right, you want a question?
Dude, I was afraid I would have to ask.
But it is funny though that the Great and Powerful Oz, whatever. Look that shit up in your free time. That's hilarious. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Bro literally tricks Mila Kunis into sex and then abandons her in moments after he meets another hot chick. Like, it's insane.
Which, the story being set in the 1880s, that kind of was a classic guy move in the 1880s. You can go 12 miles east and start a new life.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Okay, so your question.
Yes.
What is a phrase that you like when you have something that like is so freaking awesome? What's a phrase that you like to say to exclaim, if you will, to show your excitedness, your enthusiasm?
I mean, I got a pretty solid rotation of those right now, honestly. I'm real big on hitting the roll tide. That's hard to beat, you know. I put a personal spin on another classic. I say "hew yeah" a lot, HAW. Like that kicks so much ass. It has the force to, you know, split things wide open. Hew yeah, you just knocked that situation out of the park. Or hew yeah, that kicked butt.
Okay.
We're chopping through the wood pile. Hew yeah.
Hew yeah.
Yeah, and then you know me, I also like my niche. You know, there's just like a hidden gem of a streamer who, whenever he hits like a clip live, he'll go shaboom boom.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, sometimes I like to borrow that one.
I think I know that guy. Yeah. Cool. I think those are pretty solid. I heard a really crazy one the other day from a friend, and I had to share it with you. I have to share it with you.
All right.
When something's like really awesome and great, you say, "Wet pussy fuck."
Okay.
Wet pussy fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. That's good.
I like that a lot. To me, that occupies the same kind of space as calling something typo.
It made me laugh really hard because it came from a gay man. It feels very on brand for like something like it feels very Cardi B or something. You know, like what pussy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like it feels very on brand for that kind of.
I feel like pulling that off is very dependent on the individual.
Yeah, I don't think I could actually get away with saying that in real life. Like, but as a phrase, I'm sharing it with you. I'm not saying that that's what I say. I'm just sharing that with you, my friend.
That actually reminds me of something that's out of the rotation now. But there was a time in my life where me and the guys I was hanging out with, one of the hell yeah phrases we would use, we would be like, "That's wet." Which has the obvious connotation, but then also there's the PG connotation of like, well, you don't want a dry plate of food, you want it sauced up. So
I guess
if it's really delicious, that pasta's wet.
No, we know what you really mean.
But we all know.
Yeah, we know what you really mean.
That reminds me of that one.
Because when it's wet, that's when it's good.
Yeah,
it just makes sense. That's wet. But I feel like
what pussy fuck.
I like fuck yeah too. Fuck yeah, but like. Yeah, dude, what pussy fuck? It's so good. It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
That has a certain joie de vivre to it.
It just reminds me, it makes me think of WAP. But like, I don't know. I mean, how else could you describe something as fucking amazing? You know?
What pussy fuck?
Yeah, I had to share that with you. I'm sorry. I had to.
No apologies, man.
So, we were talking about Twitter earlier. You were talking about the eating disorders, but I saw some interesting Twitter news this week about Twitter.
Oh.
So the EU is like doing something, you know, they have their whole security online stuff going on. So they're like gonna fine Twitter, or like they want Twitter to pay them money or something. To like for people to still go on there in Europe. And it's funny because everyone's like giving a shit about this, but no one gave a shit when like China or Russia banned them. Like I'm pretty sure Twitter's banned in China and Russia. But the EU thing, everyone's like freaking out about it. Oh, free speech, and it's like, dude, why don't you care when China and Russia banned you?
Well, it's. Yeah, so there's a very obvious reason to care, actually. With Russia, it's because, for whatever reason, in the post-war consensus, you know, they get to be the living half of the great Satan that we organize the Western global world order against. China, completely outside of that. China's like kind of always done their own thing. They might always do their own thing. Who knows?
Yeah, why couldn't India ban Twitter?
Golly, fucking Twitter needs to ban India. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, the other way around. Okay.
But yeah, some of the details on this. So the EU, specifically through the body known as the European Commission, they've begun enforcement of a 2022 law called the Digital Services Act.
Right, that's it.
And that applies across the 27 nation bloc. Okay. What's the number on the fine? So far, there's been just one formal fine that would cost the equivalent of $140 million to pay off. It's the first ever DSA non-compliance penalty. There could be 3 other ones coming down the pipe. There's 3 active investigations currently. But no, the reason to care. And so Twitter always been a property of the West. Getting back to explaining why it matters in the EU. So China's doing its own thing. Russia's the living half of the great Satan. If you want the rest of that analogy, you know, there's 2 letters that could fill out the rest of that for you. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like currently Russia bad, and then, you know, in the secular post-World War II, you know, post-war consensus, what else could be a secular, like, satanic figure, like, in terms of being the devil? It's Hitler.
Right.
So Hitler and Russia combined, and like we for whatever reason decided to just completely ignore Russia, even though we shouldn't. But the West, and especially the European Union, I mean, there's that long history of philosophical thought, the continuity that goes all the way back to antiquity. And especially in the past 250 years, free speech has become one of the most critical parts of like Western identity. Like in the West, you have free speech. We kind of assume that other cultures don't value it to the degree that we do or value it at all. So if Europe's going to claim to be part of the West, whatever laws they want to have, like they certainly can't impose anti-free speech things on American companies.
Yeah.
Just because they're providing services to Europeans. Like it's still an American company. That's still where they pay their taxes and all that crap, and free speech is the thing about the West, really. That and guns, like the right to self-defense, which is constantly under attack at all times.
Well, if you're talking about Europe, then there's no guns, so.
Yeah, which is why I expanded it to the self-defense angle. But yeah, so big fucking deal. If all of a sudden Europe's throwing this shit fit and saying like, actually we're against Western ideals, kind of a really scary thing for like, half of the Western world to be like, actually we don't fuck with the dream anymore. We're actually not down with progressing humanity.
Yeah, we're not down with the we're not down with the dream anymore. It's crazy. Holy fuck. Yeah, and I just thought it was funny though. People being like China and Russia banned it, but like it's like the meme of Shaq when he's asleep, and then it's the him awake when it's the EU doing it.
Yeah.
The way you put some context on that made it make more sense though.
Yeah. At least that's how I would see it. That's where my mind goes immediately. So.
Right.
Ooh.
But yeah, that was some interesting Twitter news. I saw that the EU was trying to fine Twitter. Elon's not happy. You said it was 140 million, but what if I told you there's another deal going on that's $89 billion?
89 billy?
I think it was 89 billy.
How? Who the fuck wants that much money?
I think it was Billy. It might be Millie. It might be million. I don't remember, but Netflix bought Warner Brothers and HBO.
Yeah, that's crazy to me because for so long you would assume that, it wasn't the streamers that were the bigger companies. To know that Netflix got it like that now, and I mean, shit. Warner Brothers is big. It might be a billions dollar deal.
Yeah. So Netflix has always been kind of like Spotify. Like it was like one of those original companies that worked its way in, Not one of like the big company, already the established company. Kind of crazy though, but like I'm a little bit worried about this deal, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried because HBO makes good TV, generally. They generally make good TV. Netflix, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, and I know recently a thing about Netflix is they removed the Netflix original sticker from a lot of their thumbnails because the quality has been declining severely. Mm-hmm. But
there's like the occasional good show that comes out of Netflix, but usually they're not so great. Like, for instance, Stranger Things, it's out. Part of the new season's out. And the original season was supposedly pretty good. I never actually watched it, but a lot of people watch Stranger Things. First season was good. 2 and 3 apparently weren't that great. 4 was pretty solid, supposedly. And now 5 is like, Like, it's doing what it's supposed to do, but at the same time, it's being really convoluted about it. But yeah, like, the original Stranger Things came out, like, when? Like, 2011? Or I can't remember. Like, it came out a long time ago. That's back when Netflix was actually making good TV. Nowadays, we got...
Yeah, whatever.
Like, pedophilia the show, Like...
Yeah. Oh, goddamn Big Mouth, which is pedophilia the show.
Yeah. Well, that was back then, too. I'm thinking more like Cuties.
Yeah.
Like, the shit that comes on Netflix is pretty weird, dude. Like,
it's
it'll be that, it'll be really woke. Like, it's some weird shit, bro.
It's questionable. But yeah, billions of dollars.
Yeah.
$72 billion equity deal. Total enterprise value is at $82.7 billion, but that includes $10 billion of debts.
And Warner Bros. Has got Looney Tunes and all this other stuff included in there. They also do doesn't Warner Bros. Do DC too? Some DC stuff?
Yeah, they've had them for a while.
I can only imagine what's going to come of this. Is Game of Thrones, I guess not Game of Thrones, but House of Dragons or whatever? Because that was still ongoing, I believe. We're on season 2 of that.
If I was in charge at Netflix and I was smart, I would know that the HBO part of my new acquisition kind of works on its own, and I don't need to fuck with that at all. I can just kind of let that go status quo.
Basically, let them stay how they are, but you own them now, so the money goes to you.
Yeah.
Basically, is what you're saying.
That's kind of the ideal thing to buy, or the ideal thing to invest in. It's yeah, I own this, so I get to benefit the most from this, but I don't have to do any work to it.
See, I'm feeling they're gonna fire everyone and then make new shows, and it's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, and that depends on who's in charge. We've talked at length about these tech companies and what potentially happens when they hire the wrong people and they put the wrong people in managerial positions, and how they choose to restructure their organizations after.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't need to belabor it. But, yeah.
Don't worry, H-1Bs went up in cost, remember.
Yeah. Is Netflix at that stage of a declining tech company, or not?
I don't know.
We'll have to see about that. In terms of visual media, it could go a lot of ways. Warner Brothers is one of those companies that sits and sits and sits on their IPs, and it took them how long to do Space Jam 2? When everybody wanted that movie, it would have done gangbusters at any point they could have released it, and they just waited for no reason, especially at times when they needed money. They've also been kind of wasting the potential of, I know that they have the visual rights. I don't even know about the rights, but they're allowed to make Harry Potter content. Not a whole lot of that's been made in toto. We could have had 3 or 4 TV shows of that.
For sure. That's one of those worlds that's just interesting.
Yeah.
Like a Middle Earth almost. Harry Potter itself, just the concept, Hogwarts and wizards and the way they classify stuff, it's very fleshed out and could have so many things in it. Kind of Star Wars-y too, just having this world with all this stuff.
With so much potential, for sure.
Yeah.
I will say, it didn't end up being a good movie series because they focused more on their characters instead of that world. But that's what made Fantastic Beasts such an interesting proposition when that first one was coming out.
I was talking the world building and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's oh, we're gonna get to see more than just school. It's the difference between I don't know, when you finally find an anime that focuses on something that isn't high school.
Sure. But yeah, I love good world building. Call me crazy.
Yeah. But that...
It's the old Star Wars, not the new Star Wars.
Yeah. But
although her Andor is pretty good, or Indoor, whatever it's called, is kind of like that.
Speaking of hoarding IP, the big one that a lot of people are excited about is actually a video game one. And it's not even a specific franchise, but Warner Brothers holds the patents to a specific mechanic. They came up with, it's called the Nemesis system. Have you heard of this?
Have not.
Okay, so the Shadows of War, Shadows of Mordor games.
Oh wait, no, maybe I have heard of this then.
Yeah. So they're kind of open worldy. Mordor is going to clue you in that we're in the Lord of the Rings universe. But the way the Nemesis system functions is while you're going around doing all these things, dynamically, it's a form of, it's what AI used to be. When you think of, just how the enemies in a game are programmed. But it's super dynamic to where it would generate a new unique one, and then you'd beat them. Then he'd come back later on, remember you, know what other people you had gone and fucked with, and be like, well, I'm going to get revenge on this guy for you. Like, but thanks for taking out my rival, though. And it would adapt to, every new playthrough got to be different. It was just really cool.
Yeah.
And they've just held
that was one of the really cool things about that game.
But they just held on to this, and they're like, well, nobody can use it ever. It's not even unique to the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, you could make this system in any game, and you can't repatented it, bitch.
It's mine.
And so people are doing the whole petition.org thing of like Netflix, please sell people the ability to use this system. You don't even have to make it open source. Like, make people buy the license for it, but let other people use it, please. We want more of this.
Right.
So
you were speaking like AI in games, dude. The old Halo AI was awesome. Like in the first 3. After that, I don't know what they did, but the enemies used to be fucking sick. Like the way they did shit. Anyway, but yeah, like I'm curious about what the next HBO show is going to be now. There's a little gay kid that's fucking like little gay Tasmanian girl that marries a girl from Namibia.
Well, I mean, you don't even have to be curious. I can just tell you exactly. So obviously production lags, especially if you look at stuff that's come out this year. You can tell that everybody who was making stuff in the past 2 years was predicting just the liberal Reich to continue.
Right.
There's a lot of things that were aimed specifically at a Kamala presidency. Like there was that movie that came out at the start of the year that was about a late action hero female president.
I do not remember that. What?
I would have to look it up again, but like...
That shit didn't do anything, because I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to find it, but it was like... It was a black lady action hero female president, so tell me that wasn't meant to come out for the Kamala presidency.
Okay, look, Action Jackson was sick, but like Action Kamala, I don't know.
And it's just the timing. The timing is all I'm pointing out there is they thought. Not that it, it's cool in theory, obviously. That could potentially be a good movie. But it was intended for a very specific cultural moment that didn't materialize.
Right.
But like no, in
it's kind of like South Park when they thought Hillary was going to win.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, and they didn't know what to do once Trump won.
Yeah, but I'll tell you exactly what's coming out on HBO right now. This new It series, Welcome to Derry.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah. So I've seen like the first 3 or 4 episodes of it, and yeah, it's set in whatever era it was. I think it's the 50s. Yeah, it's definitely the 50s. Yeah, just like the exact kinds of things that you would think, like some of the stuff that you're saying. They really harp on the racial discrimination thing. There's like a whole angle. There's multiple angles to that.
Is there a gay angle?
I didn't see any of the gay angle yet.
Okay, I didn't know if there would be. I'm just asking.
The other thing that was kind of unique, but definitely also falls into the woke stuff, is one of the boys is Jewish, and of course, being the 50s, what is historically really relevant in the 50s for Jewish people?
Yeah, dude.
Well,
it's right after World War II.
Yeah. So he's trying to tell his dad at dinner about like, yeah, do you think it's possible? Because I've heard rumors at school that there's like, something going around in the sewers and it's underground, and I don't know, our pipes sound kind of funny. And then his dad goes on an extended like 3 or 4 minute rant about, like, oh, you can't be scared of that kind of thing. You should be scared about what happens when the world lets us get turned into lampshades and soap. And then like, how how it functions. It takes all your subconscious fears and manifests it. And so when the Jewish boy gets scared later on, what shows up? A bunch of lampshades with faces. And it's just like...
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it touches on some real things, but it's also not the kind of thing you see a lot. And it's upsetting to see like a Jewish father disregard his son's legitimate concerns, because shady stuff is happening in Derry. His boy has every right to be scared. Why are you making him more scared? Come on, Dad. That's not the kind of representation I want to see for the Jewish community.
I don't know about that, but yeah, okay. I heard that show was good though. Welcome to Derry or whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad, but it's like all the
Because like HBO usually makes good stuff, and it's a good franchise.
yeah. It's just for me. It as a concept so fecund and can really, if you write it the right way or you focus on the right things, it could speak to like universal fears and things that connect all of us. And so it's mildly disappointing that all the angles are like, all right, now we're going to explore, this unique concern and this other unique concern, and it's only going to use things that relate to, each group's thing.
Right, it's based on this group identity thing, which
Yeah.
is like stupid.
Yeah.
It should be like, what are kids scared of?
Yeah.
Not what are black kids scared of or Jewish kids scared of.
Let me get like a unique twist on the dark, or spiders or something.
I think that's what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and not that those topics aren't worth exploring, obviously, but I also feel like we can rescue it from some of its darkness. It could be a really campy, fun kind of horror thing. Why so serious?
Get back to Heath Ledger.
We're always looping, baby.
Dude, what's the weave?
So yeah.
So I'm curious about where this Netflix merger thing's gonna go, and it's crazy because you sent me a TikTok like last night about like all the streaming services merging together, and I was like, oh shit! Like, could you imagine that shit?
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking whatever they called the one, and then there's just YouTube and Peacock on the other side.
Yeah, Peacock and Tubi, Peacock Tube.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch that, dude.
Whatever's on CockTube, I don't want to be associated with.
Dude, they have The Office.
Instant, so everyone has a CockTube subscription.
Because Peacock.
Yeah, and if you think that The Office isn't a good enough reason to be subscribed to Peacock, let me point out that they also have The Office UK and The Office India.
Do 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 do.
Which, for all the general shit talking and righteous concerns, I have The Office India was fun to watch.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that. I didn't think it was
No.
real. I thought you made that up.
No, I was dead ass.
I was gonna be like, Mumbar threw shit at me today. I felt very attacked.
It doesn't make any sense because, kind of like the American version did for the UK, it simply just goes and retreads the beats, but with the appropriate cultural references. And so, like, I don't know what office culture is like in
I
India,
have no idea, dude.
but I'm like, maybe it doesn't look exactly like Jim pranking Dwight. Like,
Yeah, I don't think there's a Stanley that like. It's called hentai and it's art.
but for me, whenever I watched it, however many years ago, it was compelling in a very bizarre way. It was like, everybody showed up to do their part, and like all the acting was good and the camera work was good and fine, but it was bizarre. I was like, this feels like it doesn't make sense. Maybe we could have used a cultural sensitivity coordinator on this set. Maybe we needed some consultants. Maybe I need to revisit my position on Sweet Baby Inc.
Oh shit. Oh man. The Office India. What the fuck?
Dude, speaking of reruns, though, worst rerun of all time just dropped. Have you seen what happened at that one Cinnabon in Wisconsin?
No.
Okay.
Cinnabon in Wisconsin.
Yeah. So some woman got herself fired.
Uh-huh.
Apparently her name is Crystal Wilsey. That's how you would say that. Yeah, Crystal Wilsey. So she got herself fired after getting into a verbal altercation with a Somali couple that included her flipping them off and dropping a choice word.
Well, real quick, was she a worker, I guess?
Yeah.
And the Somali couple was there to eat a Cinnabon?
You know, but why else would you go to a Cinnabon?
That's an interesting thing, you know, because in Somalia or whatever, they don't have Cinnabons, so.
Yeah, what do they have? Pirates.
It's a shit old country. But
Army.
why do they come to America? You know, dude, did you see that, by the way, about how apparently back in the medieval times, white people all had a communal rope they wiped their ass on, and Somalia's better than
Dude, that's my least.
Did you see that on Twitter?
It's my least favorite genre of recurring post, to the point where one of my favorite accounts is a debunker of like medieval bullshit. It's a very educational account, but yeah, people all the time are just constantly like, white people never saw a shower until 1932.
Right. Like, this woman said this, and then said, like, Somalia is this great country. And it's like, well, then why are they coming here? You know? Anyway, so why did this woman flip them off and say a choice word in the first place?
Yeah, so,
do you know why?
Yeah, context of the whole video is like just bad customer service interaction.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, why though? Like,
no, that's what I'm saying is, on behalf of this employee, Miss Crystal here, like, they were not being good customers, like, over entitled. They started with the antagonizing her. They hit the pull out the phone move, and I mean, the fatigue gets real. Anybody who is put up with something for a certain amount of time can relate to being fucking over putting up with something.
I think all customer service jobs can relate.
Yeah.
If you work in retail, if you work in food industry, restaurant industry, you can relate to this.
Or even just in life, like you know what.
Well, yeah, but
you know what it takes to get you to blow your top. This is essentially what I'm alluding to. And she had her fuck it moment. Obviously, realized she was probably going to be getting fired over this, and went full send.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
And I see what you mean by rerun, because we're talking about that woman that.
The Minnesota woman, Shiloh Hendricks.
Yeah, the one who the Somali guy stole her purse or something, and everybody kept saying it was a 5-year-old, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, like but this is crazy.
Yeah. So, really, like, not a good reason. Like, is there ever a good reason? Again, I think the position that we've always had is no. Even though the Shiloh situation I found to be more understandable, this is like, you didn't have to do this, lady.
You could have just kept it under your breath and just moved on with your day and just be like, these people are assholes, fuck it. But instead she had to say her thing,
Yeah.
But that's wild. So the Somali couple came in and were antagonizing her a bit. Like, I was thinking it was unprovoked. Like, I thought this was just her just being mad at them in general. Like, you fucking go to my country and get a fucking Cinnabon.
Welcome to Cinnabon. Here's your. I can't steal that. I was gonna steal Louis C.K.'s bit. Like, here's your bullshit pig slap. You boop. Like, no, it wasn't quite like that. It wasn't as egregious as it could be, but just like. And people are trying. What's making this the shittiest rerun of all time is people are trying to make it more of a moment when it's completely, really. Nowhere close to as even understandable as the Shiloh moment was. There's a big difference between having a shitty moment at your job versus getting intruded upon at the public park with your child. The mama bear response versus I've kind of been waiting for an excuse to be an asshole myself.
I've had to deal with your shit all this time, and I'm gonna fucking. So, here it comes!
It's just like really fake and gay that people are trying to push her as a hero and give her a give, send, go.
Oh, they are?
Yeah. Like,
oh, I thought it was the other way around. I thought they were publicly shaming her.
No.
That's why else would they pull out the phone, the couple. They wanted to shame her. They want to do that. Like, remember the guy that pulled out the phone on Shiloh and was like grandstanding?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, this is where this becomes the shittiest rerun. Is like, guys, this is nowhere.
This is nowhere near the same.
Yeah. We should not be doing this. This is not Shiloh 2. This is Crystal 1. They raised like $50,000 for her so far, which is way less. So at least people know not to spend their money on Crystal.
Yeah.
Spend your money on the other kind of Crystal. If you're gonna throw money away like that, like
Shut up, dude. Shut up. It's crazy to me there's Somalis in Wisconsin. Now we know.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's only so much Minnesota. Eventually, it's gonna trickle.
To the other Midwest. I got you.
So, yeah, we got to do something about that, man.
For all my fellow customer service representatives out there, remember how to bottle up your feelings and keep the facade. You got this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them crack you. Yeah. You're better than that.
And if you do,
they're just dumb fucks that don't know anything.
And if you do got to do something, my favorite method was always killing them with kindness. Ooh,
give me an example. All right, here we go. You're working at the Cinnabon. Sup, numbnuts? Give me a fucking Cinnabon with extra icing.
For sure, yeah. I think you're actually, you put in your points app because you should be ready for a discount by now.
How much do you make an hour? How much you make an hour?
Enough that I have Cinnabon just as often as you do.
Yeah, what do you make, like $7.25? You make minimum wage? Yeah, you look like you make minimum wage.
If it's good enough for government, it's good enough for me.
I don't know where I'm going with this. But kill them with kindness, okay?
Yeah. It's especially good when they, when a DM person who is being kind of standoffish with you, if they're smart enough to figure out that you're being spitefully kind, you can just see their blood start to boil, but they have no way to leverage it. Like, excuse me, I want to complain to your manager. You were too nice.
I love it when you when they're being like an asshole, and then you just respond to them with kindness and stuff, and they realize that they're being an asshole. They're like, actually,
yeah.
They kind of withdraw that. I love that. That's my favorite.
Also a classic.
It's yeah, I'm also a human being that is listening and is doing this, but yeah, go ahead. I'm ready for it.
But man, oh man.
I find most people are understanding and nice though. There's just a couple bad apples.
Yeah, unfortunately, the thing we all know about bad apples is that they spoil the entire barrel. So, yeah, kind of got to make sure that there's a good cultural standard and that is socially enforced across the board. That's where things like cultural cohesion come into play.
There's also this thing called ignorance or stupidity. I don't know. Why is this on my bill? Shut up, dude. It's there because it's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Obviously there's times where you can fight something, I guess, but I feel in most cases people only charge you for what you're supposed to get charged for.
Yeah. Or it's really easy. I definitely didn't have this, so I don't know how that ended up on the ticket, but let's fix that. And I'm oh yeah, my bad.
Right.
But wow, what an episode.
Yeah.
We got there.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
God damn. I didn't realize.
Yeah, you know what? Time flies when it ticks away.
You got something else for us. Give me something else. Let's end on something. Is that another funny story?
Another funny story.
Were we funny? Were we funny this episode? I need to be funnier.
I mean, I don't know. We had pretty decent laughs per minute. Everything else I have is personal reading. Genetic makeup of certain groups. I'm doing some research.
Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can find that post from earlier that I was talking about.
This is kind of funny.
Oh, here we go. Here's the post that I replied to. It said, "Your ancestors wiped their shit with a rope, shared amongst an entire town. These are the hygiene habits of the, in quotes, the master race. And you think a word you learned 2 seconds ago phases me? LMAO." I don't know what that's referring to. But then they said, "Poor Tink." I don't know what Tink is. With 1 in 5 Americans illiterate, the burden of proof is on you to demonstrate whether you not only understand the difference, but comprehend what 100 billion barrels in proven crude oil reserves means. I'll give you a hint. Skid marks longevity. I don't know. God bless Somalia. We will always be superior. And then readers added context. The shared rope wiping method depicted in the video is not documented in medieval practice. Medieval people used hay, moss, rags, or leaves for wiping. Somalia has no proven oil reserves. Potential reserves are estimated at 30 to 100 billion barrels. Just and so I commented, everything on the internet is true. You are you you just believe anything you hear?
Yeah.
That's hilarious to me. I don't know how this gets put together in the first place, but apparently we all shared an ass wiping rope, and then apparently Somalia has tons of crude oil reserves.
Yeah, I think more than
false.
I think really what puts a bow on that for me is that is the best piece of slander that they could come up with. It was like, I have to make up the worst thing I could possibly imagine to say about these people because I'm mad at them. I know, shit rope.
the communal shit rope.
Yeah, they're not sending their best.
They're not. They're not. And then also come on, Somalia is so great, why are they all moving here? I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, just asking questions.
That's all I'm doing. Why does everybody want to move here? Come on, think about it.
Genuinely.
But okay, we can get out of here. I just wanted to end on something.
Yeah. No, I could spend a bit of time dissecting almost every element of that post. Because, like you said, one, if it's so great, why don't people stay there? Where places are good, those people don't immigrate. And then the other one that really jumped out to me was they hit the master race line, which if you become even a beginner scholar of the ideology of it, you would know, argument even among white supremacists, how that actually goes down. A lot of the times they're the most racist against what most people would consider white people. The purity testing within the white supremacist community goes insane.
Jesus Christ.
So it's to try and throw master race into the conversation is if you knew anything about it, you would know that there's not even consensus on that.
Yeah, it makes it sound like you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. But even then, that's fucking wild. The purity you're talking about.
Yeah, and most Americans certainly aren't white supremacists. That idea is very much out of fashion. So you don't even know that nobody talks about the master race anymore.
Yeah, that was first Trump. That was Trump 1 when people were talking about that. I feel like.
I mean, even then it was really fringe.
Yeah, but it was that alt-right. There was a white supremacist alt-right thing. That's not a thing anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't work. It really didn't even work then.
It did.
Demographic change. There's too much demographic change. And then also any serious scholar of American history knows that it is legitimately the home of multiple heritage ethnicities. That's why Liberia didn't work. Fun fact. I learned a fun fact about Liberia last night.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you learn, Doug?
Yeah, so, I mean, everybody knows that they have the exact same constitution as the United States.
Right, well, it was a country set up by America to send black people to, so yeah.
Well, not send them. They were extended the opportunity to go if they so choose.
Yes, because it was look, we're sorry, look, we got a country in Africa for you.
But, it wasn't anybody's land to give away. There was just, there was Africans living
there. Yes.
And the fun fact I learned is, guess what the very first thing those black settlers did?
What is it? What is it, Doug?
They turned the indigenous Africans into slaves.
No, Doug, no!
I didn't fact check that, so that might not be true. But I was time's a flat circle.
That's insane.
That's really in almost all cultures, that's that's the cycle is, things start with a lot of war, one group gets power, becomes the masters of the culture, enslaves other groups. And then in more modern history, everyone broke away from slavery, and it's like now we're hiding our slavery in layers of capitalism. Like a longer discussion than we have time for right now.
Especially,
but it's just fun. It's like, yeah, of course. What is the first thing a new culture is going to do? They might try slavery. It just makes sense.
Let's try this one out. This one's never been done before. Let's try this out.
Yeah. Well, it'll be different when we do it. I mean, you see the same attitude when it comes to communism.
Right? God damn, Doug. You're speaking facts right now, dude.
Yeah. Everyone always thinks that I'll be the guy to make it work. I guess is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is that this is a universal thing that Welcome to Derry could have done. You know?
Yeah. Everybody's nightmare should have been slaves.
I didn't mean that.
There's your joke.
Okay, that was
There's your
good.
joke.
That was fabulous. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week I'm busy, so we will be having one stream at twitch.tv/Seth_Nacho411. We're going to have the solo queue escape streak survivor, right? Obviously, solo queue on Monday. I don't know when I'm starting, but it's going to be a longer stream, and I will be trying my best to have a long escape streak. That would be so cool. So look forward to that.
He's going to get out like 6, maybe 7 times.
You would say some shit like that. You would. To do the motion, go ahead. Hit him with it, yeah. Unk hitting the 6-7.
Let me go for the world's fastest real quick. Are you not entertained?
That was like the most autistic shit I've seen all day. I saw some crazy shit earlier.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so I'm going to try to hit a nice escape streak. We'll see how that goes. I haven't figured it all out yet, like exactly what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing the escape streak. And then the winter event comes out Tuesday, so if you guys play DBD, check that out. For a parting shot, dude, I don't know, man. That 6-7 shit is, and some of this other shit is so cringe to me. Like, even when the appropriate age group is saying it, it's still cringe. Like, even if like a middle schooler says chat, like I'm just ugh. How ingrained in the culture all this weird shit has become. The brain rot is very cringe.
Yeah, what can you do? We're all addicted to phone.
Yeah, I had a very cringe moment, but make sure you wear a jacket too. I guess it's cold outside.
PSA, I like it.
Don't know.
Over here, you already know it's your boy Doug B. Get at me where you're at me. Get at me where you. I should practice that because that's a really good ending tagline. Is get at me where you at me, because that's how social media works. You at people. Anyway. Now that I've explained that, the parting shot today for my side of the story, little bite-sized, holiday-themed history tidbit about St. Nicholas. Real guy. We found his grave earlier this year in Turkey. Super cool. So that's some relics back for people who care about that kind of thing. But verifiably a real person. And this is the guy that modern Santa Claus is based off of. Quick fun facts about him. He was the 105th vote to ratify the Nicene Creed, which is a very important document if you're into that kind of thing. But what he would do, specifically where we get some of the gift-giving traditions or whatever, but he would sneak into people's houses and he would leave gold behind so that like the kids could be fed and stuff like that. You know, help marriages get started instead of sinking to the lowest parts of society. And he would get caught occasionally, and he would just like blame it on Jesus because he didn't want the credit for the charity. So he's like, "Oh yeah, Jesus poofed those coins in there.
It was the Holy Spirit.
Couldn't be old Nicky Poo. Couldn't be me." And so, yeah, that's That's like where the whole idea of somebody leaving gifts in the house evolved from. And it's just cool to know though, so that there's like some real, like any folklore has some basis in real things that happened. And so yeah, I just wanted to share that. So that's cool. I think his day is coming up soon. I know it's like significantly earlier than the 25th. But who knows? You can look that one up for yourself, so that's your homework. Not much more left to say than that. If you're good, I'm good.
Yeah, totally.
So, you can join us in doing what we always have to do, which is carry water, chop wood, and most importantly, shoot
Jose.
Jesus